What is up, guys? Welcome to the video. These are my top 5 picks for support role. If you're like me and you like the mages and you're getting stuck in the support role because of the current meta, these are my top 5 picks to help you rank up. First up, we have Diggy. He is a little anti-CC hero. He's number 5 for me on my list. If the enemy team has a lot of CC, he is such a good pick. He basically counters that with his ultimate. Diggy can act as a ward when you die. Diggy actually turns into a little egg. You can spin around. So you should be doing is following the enemy team around in a bush, or, you know, giving sight to your team as you're dead. The next thing about Diggy is he actually has quite a bit of harass, especially early game with his little stars, or, you know, whatever they are, the little bombs. You can do quite a bit of harassment in lane or even in bushes, and a lot of people aren't expecting that type of damage. And also his second skill is actually really good for locking down certain heroes and having them pull back. At number 4, we have a Cyclops. He's one of my favorite heroes. He was recently buffed. I believe his second skill got a recent damage buff, so a lot of people don't expect his damage. So that's actually one of his biggest pros, is a lot of people don't expect Cyclops first off to be picked, and secondly, his damage is just really good, especially from the second skill. Secondly, Cyclops actually has very low cooldown, so every time you land a spell, it actually reduces the cooldown of his abilities, but by the time you get to mid game, late game, you're actually able to spam your skills a lot. Not to mention, when you use a second skill, it kind of speeds you up, and that's just really fun way to play support for me. His ultimate can lock down important targets. A lot of the times too, you can actually, if you're good, you can target their core, can really just start the team fight for your team by locking them down. At number 3, we have the boy Gord. As you guys know, my favorite hero. You might be surprised that he's not number 1, but I put him at number 3 because technically, if I wasn't using him, I really wouldn't recommend to use him as a support, especially at high level rankings. You really need to know the advantages and disadvantages of playing Gord as a support. Gord does a ton of damage, right? So you yourself as a support Gord, you are a threat on the battlefield, so a lot of the times you will be putting out so much damage that the enemy team will actually focus a lot on you. Another reason why Gord is really good, he can set up plays for your team while stunning, especially the first skill. If you get really good at using your first skill to predict where enemies are going to go, or maybe even checking bushes, he's very good for that, and which will allow your team to either follow up or, you know, retreat in certain manner. The number 2 spot, we have Velir, another one of my favorite mages. He is just a very fun mage to play, even at the support role, and if you get really good at skill shots, you basically have unlimited fireballs that you can just fling around all game. Because once you land your first skill, you know, it refunds you a fireball. Very big zoning potential with his abilities, especially when you're trying to lock down a lord or a turtle. Your ultimate activated with long range fireballs, and the pushback, there's so much that you can do. His pushback is, the value on the pushback is super strong. You can disengage with your pushback, or when the enemies are trying to engage you or your team, you could push them back. You know, you can push back Kufras, you can push back Lings and Lancelots, and like all those things in protecting your core or yourself. It also pairs really well with your first skill if you're landing your fireballs to get the stuns off. At the number 1 spot, Lui Yi. Probably everybody's favorite support right now. She's usually banned probably about 90% of the time because of this simple fact. Her damage is insane. Her damage is insane from her passive, the little yin-yang thing, and it's not too hard to proc it, because all you have to do is, especially since they buffed the range of her first skill, it's super easy to get the first skill off and then just combo it with the second skill. Not to mention the second skill radius of damage is actually pretty big, so Lui Yi's damage is one of the reasons why she's banned or picked if she's open. Her zone out potential for objectives is also very large, just like Velir, and even Gord. Just by having the damage of a Lui Yi on the enemy team, people are a lot more scared to go in and try to steal objectives. Lui Yi's ability to teleport the team. A lot of people don't use it, you know, they don't use the ultimate that much, but just the fact that there's so many uses for the ultimate, if you can really master Lui Yi and just use the teleport to all the right objectives or lanes or to escape, you know, use it to escape and Winter Trunch or whichever, or troll your teammate. Don't troll your teammates, but you could troll your teammates too. Her SS, her ultimate skill is very, very beneficial for your team. Alright guys, that is the list. That is my 5 Naisou's 5 mages to play as support if you want to rank up, whether it's solo queue, duo queue, trio, or 5-man. I think those are the best picks in my opinion, and if you spend time learning them, maybe if mages come back as core meta, you can also play them there. So I wish you the best of luck. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know in the comments who your top 5 supports are, and it would be interesting to see who you guys think. Okay, if you like this video, don't forget to like it, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.